Hi guys, welcome to Mark's Home Kitchen. Hi guys, we don't seem to be connecting. Seems to be an issue with YouTube tonight, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully we will connect. I've already just, yep. So we're on. Sorry about that, guys. I was supposed to start there at 10:30, but there seemed to be an issue with YouTube. So I just thought I'd say hello, see if we want to go on ahead with this. So tonight we're going to make creamy Tuscan chicken. There seems to be an issue tonight with YouTube. It says that I have no frame drop, I have no video, so everything seems to be fine on my end. So we'll just see how we're going. So first tonight, welcome to my channel. Let me know where you're from. Like I said, there seems to be an issue with YouTube. I tried to connect at 10:30, but it wouldn't let me. So we've gone through now. It's 10:46, 10:45. So we'll go ahead and see if we can do it this time. So like I say, folks, don't be afraid to drop a wee comment there and let me know where you're from, and we'll have a little chat and see how we get on. So tonight I'm going to make a creamy Tuscan chicken. This is a healthy version of it because the normal version uses heavy cream, gives you lots of calories. It uses sun-dried tomatoes, which are in oil, and they also have lots of calories in them. So I try to make it a little bit healthier. So we'll just start this off by first of all, and what we'll do is we'll take some tomatoes, and we're going to just cook these or cut these in half, and we're going to pop them into a bowl with some oil into the air fryer for about 15 minutes, just until they burst and they start to get roasted. So like I say, just pop them in half into a bowl or into a roasting tray, sorry, and just cover them with some oil. I use fry light oil or spray oil, and it just keeps, as I say, keeps the dish a little bit healthier. So in this dish, at the end of it, there's only about 270 calories, 280 calories per portion. As you can see, there's the tomatoes cut. So I'll just get myself some oil. So I'm just using sunflower oil. You can use whichever you have. You can use olive oil. You can use whatever. Like I say, we'll just spray them off. And we will, hold on just a second there. A little bit light in the subject. Yep. And we'll just pop these into the air fryer. So I am, and we'll see how they are then. On the go. Now we're just going to cook ourselves a little bit of chicken. So we'll season the chicken first. So here we have our chicken. So I have two breasts here, and we're just going to pop our hands on and just slice them through the middle, just to thin them down, just makes them cook quicker. Now you can leave them like that there and butterfly them and use them as large breasts, which is great for stuffing if you're going to put stuffing or anything in them. But if not, just put your hand on top, pick about halfway through, and slice it through. As you can see there, 4 nice pieces of chicken. This saves you battering it out. If you don't want to cut it in half, you can obviously put it in a Ziploc bag, and you can just batter it down with a meat hammer. Now, wash my hands. Obviously, when I'm using your raw meat, you're continuously washing your hands. And take a cloth. So now I'm just going to season this. So I'm just using ordinary steak seasoning, and we'll just sprinkle a little bit over the top. And some salt and pepper. Where's my salt and pepper? Somebody keeps hiding stuff on me. I think being 15 minutes late has threw me up all over the place. So there's some salt and pepper on one side. Just flip that over. And we'll put some more seasoning and some salt and pepper on the other side. Yeah, salt and pepper. Now we're going to take a pan, just switch this over, and we're going to spray it with some low-calorie oil. The pan is on a medium, about a medium to high heat. So just put a few sprays of oil in there. Take the chicken and we'll set it in. We'll let that cook for 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and then we'll just flip it over and we'll just till we get a little bit of colour on it. Set that there. Now, while our chicken's cooking, we have our tomatoes in the oven. We're just going to an onion and some cloves of garlic for whenever the chicken's cooked through. Go back over to this. So just take our onion and we're just going to slice it. Once you get about 3/4 of the way through, don't be afraid just to flip it over. Take your onion, slice it along. Like I say, 3/4 of the way through. Just, once you've got less to grip, just pop it on. We'll set that to the side. I have a couple of cloves of garlic here, which I'm just going to chop. I like to keep my garlic a little bit chunkier rather than sometimes in this dish, rather than putting it through the garlic press, because it just gives that little bit of extra flavour. This is, like I said, an extremely healthy dish. It's only got 300 calories in it, just depending on how much oil you use. But with the sun-dried tomato one and with the heavy cream or double cream, there's about 600 or 700 calories. So you're saving your calories in half. So now, we'll just take some mushrooms. I've just wiped these and I'm just going to slice them. And we'll just pop these, once the chicken's cooked, we'll take it, or burned on each side, we'll just take it out, set it to the side, and then we'll add the mushrooms and onions to the pan. We'll cook those on a low heat, and while the mushrooms or the tomatoes are in the air fryer. Folks, for anybody who's joined me, thank you very much for joining. Let me know where you're from. Don't be afraid to say hello. I've already started this dish. So what I done was I took about 15 cherry tomatoes, I sliced them in half, put a little bit of oil on them, and I put them into the air fryer on 200 degrees for about 15 minutes, just until they start to soften up. Now, I have put some chicken breast, which I've just seasoned, and I have put it into a pan, just onto a medium-high heat, just till we get the chicken browned up with a little bit of oil. So like I say, this is a healthier version of Tuscan chicken. You can go the heavy route. Like I said, folks, don't be afraid to drop a like. Let me know where you're from. Say hello. I'll just have a wee look at this chicken. Turn it up a touch. And we'll flip it over. Now, don't worry too much about the chicken being cooked through, because we're going to put it back in along with some stock and some herbs. So we have the chicken there. Just give it a small plate for that. Just getting a plate for the chicken, and we'll set it there. So folks, like I say, sorry I was a bit late. I tried to log on at 10:30, but YouTube said there was an issue with it. So I just said that I would try again at 10:45, and it seemed to work okay. So hopefully the stream is fine. Hopefully the sound and everything is okay, because like I say, I was ready to go, but YouTube, in their wisdom, had decided that it wasn't going to work out. So as you can see, folks, I have mushrooms, onions, peppers, or garlic, sorry. I have some spinach here, which we'll go in later, some chicken stock, and some cream cheese. Let me just check that chicken. So that chicken's probably cooked enough, so we're just going to remove it from the pan and set it onto the plate. Now, like I say, don't worry about being fully cooked through, because we will be putting it back in later. So now we're going to add a little more oil to the pan, just a couple of sprays, and then we're going to go in with the onion and the mushrooms. We'll just leave the garlic for a minute or two, because it doesn't take as long to cook and you don't want it going bitter. Oh, come on. You'd think this was my first time in a kitchen the way I'm getting on. So there we have our onions and our mushrooms. And we'll let those cook off just until the mushrooms and onions start to soften. Now I'm going to season this now with some salt and pepper. Season as you go along, folks, because it does make your life that little bit easier when you get to the end. Because season in layers, I like to season, like I seasoned the chicken, now I've seasoned this. We'll fry these off for a few minutes. There's tomatoes will go in with this as well. And we will, like I say, just brown everything off. Then we'll add, once we get our chicken cooked, we're going to add the chicken into it. We're going to add some stock and our tomatoes. And then we'll cook them for a few minutes just until the chicken's cooked through. Then we'll put the tomatoes back into it and we'll add some cream cheese, some oregano and some basil, and we will just take it from there. So, with the oregano, I'm going to add, no, I'm not going to add that half a teaspoon. You seem very disorganized tonight. I don't know, as I say, maybe being late has threw me off. What do I need? I need a quarter teaspoon of dry basil, so we'll just drop that in here now. So like I say, a quarter teaspoon of dry basil, and we need a, let's see, just check it. I need an eighth of a teaspoon of dried oregano. Now we'll give those a stir up, and as you can see, the mushrooms are starting to lose a bit of their water and the onions are starting to soften up. So at this stage now we'll go in with the garlic and we'll just pop that in. Again, give that a stir around, just let that fry off for a few minutes. You can smell the mushrooms, you can actually smell the tomatoes in the oven that are starting to roast up. I just haven't nosy at them. Yep, just another few seconds, another minute or two, and they'll be ready to go. So these aren't quite soft enough yet, but we will add them in now. We're going to add some chicken stock, just about 250 milliliters of chicken stock. I've made up about 300 mils, but you just add about 250 just to see the thickness of it and how you like it. Lift some over. We'll bring that to the boil. Give it a bit of a stir. Now once that boils down, we're going to re-add our chicken back into it. And we'll let that simmer for 5 or 6 minutes, just until the chicken's fully cooked through. So folks, I hope you're enjoying my live streams. It's strange being live on camera when you're not talking to anybody. It's different when you're on camera and people are talking back to you. But when you're on your own and you're just talking to a screen, like I say, folks, don't be afraid to drop me a line. Say hello, let me know where you're from. Let me know what you think of my channel, of my videos, things like that. Because let me know if there's any videos you'd like me to make. Because the more you tell me, the more that I can make for you. I've had a couple of recipes now. I done chicken korma the other night. I've had, and next Wednesday night I'm going to do traditional Irish bangers and mash. So I'll be making mashed potatoes. I'll be making onion gravy, and I shall be making traditional sausages. So we'll have bangers and mash next Wednesday night. And that will be one of my live streams. And folks, if you want me to do more, or you'd like me to do more live streams, don't be afraid to say hello. Don't be afraid to let me know, because obviously I can set them up and we can do them as we go along. So just check these tomatoes. Yep, I'll just show you these. These are actually finished now. They didn't take as long as I thought. So as you can see, rather than sun-dried tomatoes, I've just roasted some off in the oven. That makes these slightly healthier. Let's take sun-dried tomatoes. Just give them a mix around. So now that we've got the chicken's boiling, or the stock is boiling, we're just going to add our chicken fillets back in. We'll cook that for a few minutes just until, don't forget the juice off the plate by the way, because that's all flavour. We'll cook that for a few minutes just to let the chicken cook through, and then we'll start to add the rest of our ingredients. So all we've left to do now is add some spinach, some cream cheese, and the rest of our tomatoes. So we'll pop that there. We'll put the lid on it. And we'll have a little chat. Folks, let me introduce myself. My name's Mark. I'm a content creator I'm living in County Kerry now in Ireland, near Killarney, but I'm originally from Belfast. And I just picked this up over lockdown. Whenever we were in COVID, I just thought I'd do a few recipes for people. So they seem to be going okay. And I'm hoping that everybody's enjoying them. If you are, again, let me know. Don't be afraid to say hello. There seems to be, maybe there's an issue with chat or something tonight. I don't know. Nobody seems to be saying hello. So we've had one like. Anyone else like the channel there, folks, or anyone else is enjoying what I'm doing? Don't be afraid to say hi. So we just need to get our thermometer. It's moved. Somebody moved it. Ah, it was me earlier. See, live streams are a disaster. They're not like videos where you can fix it, edit it out. You can do whatever. You're sort of caught on the hop. You have to do what you have to do. But I enjoy them. It's a little bit of added pressure. But sure, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I'm here to teach people how to cook. I'm here to let them know how we make our dishes. I'm here to give you a little bit of variety in your own dishes at home, because obviously we all have our favorites and things like that, but it's always nice to try something that little bit different. So like I say, I have about 300 recipes on my YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber already, don't be afraid to jump across. Join on. A like button. So we'll just have a wee look and see how the chicken's getting on. Always let the steam away from you, because a steam burn is worse than an ordinary burn. So that they're starting to look okay. Now I'll check the chicken with the thermometer. See how we are. Yep, the chicken's just about, by the time I get it finished with the rest of the sauces and things like that, it'll be fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this off the heat. Off the heat. And we're going to add some cream cheese into it. So there's about 200 grams of cream cheese to go into this. I've just used low-fat cream cheese. Please don't use no-fat, because it splits. It doesn't. You don't get the same flavour from it. So please, if you're using this, don't be using no-fat cream cheese. It actually doesn't. It just doesn't taste the same. The sauce will split on you. So we have the cream cheese in there. Let me just get the last of this off. And we'll go back over to the other camera for a second. So, go to that camera. So as you can see there, I have the cream cheese in. I've seasoned it. The chicken's well cooked. I'm just going to let it bubble through there for a few minutes, just to let the sauce thicken up a touch and get that cheese all melted. So like I was saying earlier, folks, if you were late to joining me, this is Tuscan chicken. It's only 270 to 280 calories per portion. I've made enough here for two. So like I said, I use cream cheese instead of heavy cream. I use I'm going to use, I made my own tomatoes rather than use sun-dried tomatoes. That's right down on the calories. We have that. Now, the sauce is there. We're going to add some spinach. So I have just about 200 grams of baby spinach. Am I just 200 grams? No, sorry, 100 grams of baby spinach. We'll just pop that in. And we will put the lid on. Give that a few seconds just for the spinach to wilt. And then we'll add the tomatoes in. Let it bubble for 2 or 3 minutes. And then it'll be ready to serve. So the spinach shouldn't take any more than 2 or 3 minutes to wilt. So like I say, folks, I'm glad you're joining me. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the channel. I'm hoping you enjoy the live streams. If you're not already subscribed, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you want me to cook. Just check that spinach. The spinach will only take a minute to wilt. And then we'll go in with the tomatoes and we'll just let the sauce thicken. The tomatoes will give it an extra deep flavour as well. We'll check the seasoning and then that will probably be near the end of the video. So I'd say another 5 minutes or so because it's nearly 11 here in Ireland. It's getting on a bit. Now you can put grated Parmesan cheese in the top of this if you wish, but I find that the cream cheese in it just gives it that extra. You don't really need the Parmesan. You can use Parmesan as a garnish, but I don't use it. So it keeps the calories down. Like I say, we're trying to be healthy. I need to lose about, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 kilos. So I'm trying to cut down on any of the rubbish that I've been eating. So you can see spinach is wilting. We'll just go in with the tomatoes. So like I say, folks, if you're joining me, I just roasted some tomatoes earlier. I put them in a little bit of oil, just cherry tomatoes, into the air fryer, and we cooked them for about 10 minutes, and they come out nice and they just go roasted. So that's what they are, they're roasted tomatoes. And in this here now we have mushrooms, onions, fresh spinach. I mean, you have all your vegetables, you have lots of flavour, you have chicken, you have, I mean, it's a complete meal. I like to serve mine with spaghetti, or you can serve it with smaller pasta pieces, but goes lovely over that there, or over even with some cream potatoes or mashed potatoes on the side. So what we'll do now is we'll just taste this for seasoning, and we'll see how we go. Well, that's nice. Don't worry about me double dipping. There's only me and my partner eating it. Yep. Looks that is just about perfect. I'm just going to leave that for another minute or two until it thickens up, and then our Tuscan chicken will be fully cooked. So, as you can see, a few ingredients, a little time, 20-25 minutes if you're coming in from work. This is all ready. It can be done, like I said, in 20 or 25 minutes. It's a great meal. It's actually great for a special occasion. If you have people coming over and you want to do something a little bit different, Tuscan chicken. I have 2 children in the house. They don't like it, but apart from that, everybody else I know likes it. But you have, as you can see, the sauce is just starting to thicken. Everything's ready. And that there is our Tuscan chicken. So we'll go to the front camera. And as you can see, folks, Tuscan chicken, vegetables, everything cooked through. Now, folks, thank you for joining me. That's just about the end of our video. It's not long, like I say, 20-25 minutes. You can cook this from when you come home from work. Gives you something a little bit different. If you're planning a romantic meal for someone, this is another way to go. Like I said, add this up, put a little bit of spaghetti on the side, nice glass of white wine, and your night's sorted. So folks, like I said, thank you very much for joining me. I'll just show you off again what we're doing, the Tuscan chicken, and I'll run through it again just for a few seconds just to tell you what I've done. So I put roasted tomatoes into the air fryer with some oil on them, and I cooked them for about 10 minutes. I while that was cooking, I seasoned some chicken breasts, sliced them in half, put them into the pan, fried them off just to get them sealed, and then I added chicken stock, mushrooms, onions, garlic, oregano, basil, cream cheese, cooked it for about 15 minutes. As you can see, the chicken's fully cooked through. The sauce is starting to thicken. I'll just run through. I've had a few people arrive in there. So there's the Tuscan chicken that I've made. Hopefully you've enjoyed this recipe. If you haven't, if you've just come in and you like what you see, go back to the start. The video will be ready to go in a few minutes, and we'll be able to enjoy it. So folks, like I said, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in my further videos, and good night.